This video appeals to all Americans and everyone else in the world to take the COVID-19 vaccine. Hello friends, this is Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, where I provide unique analysis of world events based on the unmasked truth that after surrender, Germany continued World War II clandestinely and became a killing machine. I also provide true news that you will find nowhere else. I would like to first point out that I took the first vaccine that was available to me in my local pharmacy, which was the Moderna vaccine. I took the first jab on April 13 and I'm scheduled for the second one on May 11, 2021. The only reaction I had for the first shot was soreness on the spot of the vaccine in my left arm after about 4 hours. The soreness increased for the next 20 hours, then remained steady till about 48 hours, after which it began subsiding and was gone in about 72 hours. I was not impaired in performing any activity during the 72-hour period. I just refrained from vigorous exercise. In the United States, now vaccines are readily available, but it seems many are reluctant to take them because of fear of adverse reactions such as blood clots for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine in the United States and the AstraZeneca vaccine, not approved in the United States yet, in all other parts of the world. The CDC will take care of the issues related to adverse reactions by temporarily halting use of the vaccines that may cause adverse reactions. But there should be no reasons for not taking the vaccines that have been cleared and have been shown to have no side effects. Here is the reason I got myself vaccinated. Despite advocating for use of the Saini family method for curing all sickness and diseases caused by viruses including COVID-19, HIV, Ebola, flu, influenza, pneumonia, etc. The drawback of the Saini family method is that if a person suspects that he may have been infected by the coronavirus and uses the Saini family method immediately, it will kill the virus in the body. Since the virus has been killed, the body will not need to produce antibodies to fight off the disease in the future. This means that the person will not have developed immunity against future infections. I had identified this drawback in my video earlier, in which I explained why I was not taking the COVID-19 vaccine. If a person is reinfected, the Saini family method can be used again and again to fight off the disease, including any mutations of the virus. That is what China has been doing to control the pandemic in China. If the Saini family method can control COVID-19 from any mutations of the coronavirus anytime, then why is a vaccine necessary? There are many reasons for this. First, not everyone, including doctors, are aware of the Saini family method and its efficacy. Despite our sharing the method in February 2020 with the world, 3 million people have still died of the disease, and new waves of pandemic are still ravaging many parts of the world. Most of the public is still unaware of the method, and the doctors are not using it on their patients or guiding them to use it themselves, perhaps because it earns no money for them and the hospitals. Secondly, a person who is infected with the virus may be asymptomatic but can still spread the disease. In addition, symptoms may take more than a week to appear before the infected person has a chance to use the Saini family method. In the meantime, that person can pass on the virus to others. But if the person has immunity, the antibodies will immediately fight off the virus before the person can pass it on to many others. That is where herd immunity, in which more than 70% of the population has immunity, where it plays a key role in controlling the spread of the disease. Herd immunity can only be achieved with the help of a vaccine without first having the disease ravage the population. That way, only the survivors will have herd immunity. That is why it is necessary for most of the population to get vaccinated. Thirdly, not everything about the virus is known at present. Information is emerging that in some cases the coronavirus still remains in the body long term after initial symptoms have been treated and can cause different symptoms a few months later. These people are called the long haulers. Treatments to best help the long haulers are still being tested and developed. The situation for such people would have been much better if they had been vaccinated, developed immunity to COVID 19, which would have prevented them from getting the disease. Such people can avoid the debilitating symptoms that long haulers are suffering. Number 4, the virus is mutating. When a person has immunity, the virus mutates in order to be able to succeed in attacking such a person to cause the disease. Such a person may not be protected against all mutant viruses. Tests are showing that a vaccinated person develops immunity against more than one mutation of the virus. In such cases also, those vaccinated appear to have an advantage over those who have developed immunity after getting the disease and surviving it. And number 5, the only sure way we can get back to normal life is if the population has herd immunity. Without it, we will have society divided between those who want to adhere to the CDC guidelines to arrest the spread of the disease and those who will not obey the guidelines for one reason or another. Such people will continue to infect more people. Our economy will continue to suffer and more people will necessarily die. Therefore, to set an example for others, I decided to get vaccinated and have done my part in civic duty to help the nation achieve herd immunity. I urge all Americans and anyone in the world who has access to the vaccine to get vaccinated. It will provide the individual and the population the peace of mind that we all need from fear of this disease. However, in my opinion, everyone should be made familiar with the Sinai family method. It should be the primary defense against COVID 19 and any future mutations of the virus, and indeed against most virus caused diseases such as coughs and colds, flu, pneumonia, influenza, Ebola, and HIV, etc. Poor nations do not need to spend billions of dollars to treat the citizens of COVID 19. Since they do not have sufficient resources to treat the disease, hundreds of thousands are dying. Using the Sinai family method will prevent needless deaths. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please continue to watch my videos and read my articles on important world events, World War III watch, politics, international business, advice on health and medical problems, and much more for in-depth and insightful analysis. Please also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Unmasked Truth with Harmanjeet Saini, to view and get information on the latest videos.